blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me, these are all my confessions, man.
Hello, true lovers and friends, and welcome to our channel, True Awakened. My name is Sharun, and I'm here today to sit with you to talk about my natural hair journey. I know, hold the applause. We're so excited.
I guess when your stars align, you do like the solar system and plan it out.
To some of us, hair is simply hair. But for many of us, like myself, we have stories and journeys with our hair that can reflect our life experiences and give us the ability to share something deeper about ourselves.
This is a homage beat.
I also find the power of hair from the meaning that we as humans give to it as something so beautiful to be explored within this conversation. Hair has been known to be able to speak to a certain culture that someone is from, to your age, tribal affiliations, ethnicity, religion, social status, marital status, and so many other things. I have read that in some cultures, hair is seen as a symbol of divine connectivity and the wisdom of God. Therefore, the ability to take care of yourself and your hair, which allows for it to grow healthily, can reflect this wisdom, power, and divinity. And how does this all tie into my personal hair story? Well, this knowledge shifted my perspective of my own hair and how I treated it, which inspired me to go on this natural hair journey. And so many stories about women and their experience with their hair, but I think it is still important for us to share our unique journeys, regardless of how it may look from the outside looking in. So let's get right into hair. My personal hair story begins, of course, when I was much younger. Here's a photo for reference. I was always getting natural hairstyles done, like braids with beads, whatever the case was. My hair was what it was, and I didn't think much about it. Fast forward to about 5th and 6th grade, I had started to get my hair permed a lot more frequently. As we know now very clearly as a society, there has been often a projection that comes with blackness, as if your natural curly textured hair is less manageable, which is not true. It became indoctrinated within me that straight hair was more beautiful than my own natural hair. With this journey and with this conversation, something that I just started to question is, why even at such a young age are young women subject to being basically told that their value is based solely on their appearance and how the world perceives them? As an adult, I now know that there are systems of racism, colorism, and sexism that are into place that make young women so easily subject to being put under certain pressures to change who they are to be more likable, being subject to basing their value as human beings on their beauty and how they present themselves physically in the world rather than who they truly are. Single perspective, but I just wanted to share it because it's my journey. I want to have these conversations, dissect how these things affect us in our minds and the way that we see ourselves for the long term. After all these perms, I had come to realize and finally accept that my hair was permanently damaged. Now I had to do something that I never thought that I would ever have to do. I got my hair cut in a bob. Here's a photo. Just this one time. Having hair that I felt disconnected from was always something that kind of brought me down. Once I had finally accepted that I was not going to be able to revive my natural curls, I decided to return to doing those natural hairstyles that I had done when I was much younger. I explored box braids and different types of colors in my hair as well. I felt so much more empowered in who I was and felt connected to my child self who loved having her hair braided and minding her business. Safe to say that this hair journey wasn't just about hair. In a way, it was reclaiming an entire part of my identity. Moving on to possibly the best part, or at least my favorite part of this hair story, the big chop. I still couldn't revive the natural texture, not even with my best resuscitation skills, okay? So I decided the time had finally come. I had my sister cut my hair off. She's honestly my hairdresser at this point. It felt liberating, but it also felt so scary. The same feelings that I had about myself, which were the reason that I clung to perming and straightening my hair, all came up to the surface. At first, I felt even less feminine and beautiful with my short hair. I wish I could go back and tell myself that I had just started one of the most beautiful and liberating journeys, and that I should enjoy every single step of the way. Slowly but surely, I began to adapt to my new hair. I started exploring new styles, and I realized that I quite enjoyed not always having to stress about my hair. Suddenly, it was just there. It was just hair. Once it hit a certain length, I started to try braiding styles again, and I also swore off perms for forever. Allow myself to straighten my hair once or twice a year, and doing so not to assimilate to any standards or expectations, but to just appreciate how far I've come. Aside from steps like chopping my hair, not perming my hair anymore, I also started using products like shea butter, Jamaican black castor oil, and shea moisture. I also love using different oils like jojoba oil or avocado oil. On top of this, I have loved exploring more and more natural hairstyles, and I even learned how to do my own box braids, which is something I thought I would never be able to do. It kind of forces you to try new things and get outside of your comfort zone. If you're looking to see more of my favorite natural hairstyles that I like to do, feel free to comment below and I will give you guys that video. I've wanted to make this video honestly for years. I'm glad that I'm still getting to it, even though it feels a little bit overdue. What each individual brings to the table, from the hair on their heads to their unique cultures and perspectives, is all so necessary. And having been taught otherwise is the biggest deception. Be rebellious with your spirit and be kind to yourself, and really see your beauty for what it is, because no one is you, and that is your power. It may sound cliche, I don't care, it's true. Being able to sort of represent your ancestors and where you come from is a gift that we should nurture within ourselves, and it is honestly a superpower that we should feel able to celebrate. I will list some creatives below that have a different curl pattern or different hair texture from myself that I think are beautiful creators, and that if you also have a different hair texture than I do, go check them out because they're wonderful. Even if it hasn't all looked like rainbows and roses, even if you have fallen into certain pressures, you can always empower yourself in who you are today and who you've always been truly at your core. Give this video a thumbs up. You can follow me on my social medias in the description below. You can also find our True Awaken Instagram in the description below, as well as our fitness account and our food Instagram. That is all I have for today. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your beauty, really value yourself internally, externally. What you bring to the table is of value regardless. I will see you guys next video. Peace.
Don't you understand?